Hi guys, it's Tara here. Thanks for joining me. I know this is my second attempt at this, and it's really silly because I realized afterwards that if you can't see the screen that I am showing you, it's kind of a pointless intro to the next 90 days. I'm really excited. I'm wearing our amazing maxed out shirt right here. And you know what? The whole purpose of getting together right now is to just give you some really basic steps to get you in the right direction. And I want you to succeed. And I also know that many of you coming right now to this recorded version of simple basic steps to take today forward will be for some of you, and for some of you it won't be. So I'm totally fine with that. Wherever you're at in the journey, that's fantastic. I just want everyone to be able to have the same tools that I received this weekend so that you can move forward if you want to. So number one, you're either going to be someone who is brand new just out of the gates, and this might be, today. Doesn't really matter what today is, but for me, I'm starting this new launch on February 24th, 2014. But you may be watching this for the first time in November of 2014. And you know what? If this is still going on years from now, you may be watching it years later. I want to set you up for success no matter where you are in this journey, whether you're starting on the day that I am or whether you're starting months or years later. So first of all, welcome, because by hearing this, that means that you've joined our team, and I'm so excited and grateful to you, and I am here to help support you through this journey just as much as the person that helped you get started is there to support you. And that's the cool thing. We're part of an amazing team. So what I'd like to just say is, if you're just getting started and you've got the business mindset right now about where you want to take this, you're absolutely in the right place. I will guarantee that. And this next 20 minutes will set you up for the success that you need, or that you deserve. I'm not going to use the word need because you don't need anything. You deserve success, and I believe that. Number two, you could be someone who's been using the products for a few weeks, a few months, a few years, and you're finally feeling like, you know what, I want to know more about this business. And if that's who you are, great, welcome. I'm so happy that you are linking arms with me and so many others in this journey because, the time isn't always the same for everyone, but when your time comes for you to open that idea of what is possible, truly there are no limits, there are no boundaries, and you'll see that very soon. And number three, you could be someone that is like me, very excited, maybe been doing the business very successfully for a few years now, and you're just ready to really help your people launch from a new place. And like I said, I'm starting fresh today. That doesn't mean I'm forgetting about my existing team or anything like that, but what we're actually going to be doing is creating more systemized plan so that everybody can start in the same place regardless of when you start, and you'll have the same tools that all of us have. Because up until now, we've had some great systems and some great tools in our hands, but some of us are using some of them, some of us are using another. Sometimes I simply, and I will admit this, I'm totally transparent, sometimes I start one person off in one way, and I start a completely different way for someone else. Not completely different, but sometimes I'm forgetting some of the main things. And if I'm not keeping track of it and writing it down, then I'm not starting everyone off in that place of success. And I want everyone to have the same opportunity. The only thing that changes the opportunity that you have is right here between your ears. So if there's something that's stopping you right now, take a check inside your head. If you can take a look from standing outside, and just think to yourself, am I positive? Am I using my mindset for or against my success? Because oftentimes our biggest place of defeat is between our ears. So if you're that person, I want you to have a self-assessment right now and tell yourself that if you are 100% on board with this, you must work here first. I'm not going to do that for you. I can't get inside your head to do that for you, and neither can your sponsor. But what you need to do is work on some personal growth. And it may mean that you're going to put a little bit of this on the back burner, but you have to You absolutely deserve to, because you're not going to attract the people into your business without being clear here, okay? So that's something that is definitely a journey. It doesn't mean you can't start this business right now if you're feeling negative, but chances are you're actually going to turn people away, and it's going to make the business that much harder. And you might be that person that 3 months or a year from now says, I've tried everything you told me, but it's still not working. And the only reason it's not working is because of this mindset right here. All right, so we're going to provide you with the tools as long as you've got the mindset. You've got the actions, you are plugging in, staying focused, and really 100% of this is all about having the mindset, having the attitude that is serving you and other people. The feeling of wanting to help people needs to be there. It can't be all about you. And the next thing, definitely, you need to take action. And when I say action, what does that look like? We're going to set you up for that. It's going to be really easy to follow, but you must do it every day. Some people ask me, what's your secret to success? And there's really no secret. It's a matter of taking some small daily actions every single day. And I say 5 out of 7 days or 6 out of 7 days, you still need downtime. You still need time to just decompress, enjoy yourself, live life as a family, you know, go on your date nights, all that stuff. But if you're not doing the daily consistent action, you're going to have a really hard time in this business, because if you're starting and stopping and starting and stopping, you are not gaining any momentum at all. So that's just something I want to, you know, warn each of you right now, is that it's not this get rich quick, it's not a scheme, it's nothing like that, but it is work. This is network marketing. This is a job, a business. This is not a job. This is a business that you are CEO of your own business. All right, so now we're going to supply you with some amazing tools. So in order to do that, I'm going to share my screen today, and I'm really hoping it will work out. Right now you're seeing me with my braces, lovely. But what I really want to focus in on are some new tools that we have available. So one of them is this. It's called the 3-Star Playbook, and beautiful Susan Sly, our amazing mentor, has given us this tool as an amazing launch pad, okay? This is something that every single person getting involved in the business, whether it's at the beginning of their journey in Isagenix or whether it's years, months, whatever later. And for every single one of you right now, whether you're brand new or existing, you want to go and download this right away, all right, and print it. It's 36 pages long. It is going to give you everything that you need. Of course, a lot of practice comes from actually practicing, but this is going to tell you all the skills that you need to focus on and help your people focus on, all right? So I'm going to show you where to get this. And right now I'm just going to try to share my screen. Last time I did this, it didn't work out so well, so I'm really hopeful that this is going to work this time. All right, it's looking good. I'm hoping this is going to work. Where I'd like you to take yourself right now is to this website, and I really hope that it's working for you to see this. isateamsuccess.com is where you want to go. So ISATEAM success, SUCCESS.com. And what you're going to do is, first of all, this is going to be an amazing tool for you, this website. It's beautiful. It's just amazing. Susan Sly and Chris, her husband, have, you know, hired someone to make this beautiful site. And what it will show you is a really simple way when you're even connecting with brand new people. If they want to know, well, why would I believe you? Where are you going? How much money have you made? You know, people will ask those kinds of questions. And the best thing to let them know is that you are part of an amazing team who have created very successful people, and you are on the same path. Because if you are associated with any one of the people in this page, and some of you may not 100% know all of them, but you're going to get to know them because you're going to get yourself out to events on a regular basis. 1 per month is what I expect of myself. And for anyone that wants success in this business, I really highly recommend, I'll never tell you what to do, but I highly recommend that you get to 1 event per month yourself as well. That may mean that you're not close to any events, but you know what? This is all about creating some sacrifices in a way to get yourself to that place of freedom. If it means that one weekend out of a month you're actually dedicating to driving, or you know, some people even go as far as getting on a flight to go to an event. Hopefully that's not the case for everybody, but there are, you know, we're lucky in the Ontario area that we could literally be going to an event 1 or 2 times a week and drive no more than 2, 3, 4 hours maximum. So we're very, very fortunate here. But there are people that are watching and listening to this right now that are not so fortunate. And that doesn't mean the business can't work for you in your region. You may be the one that brings the events to your town. You may be the leader that attracts that into your community. And that could start out with an event in your home. I mean, events come in all different sizes and shapes. With this amazing Google Hangout capability, events will be even more at your fingertips, but it is so imperative to get to events, okay? But what you're going to see here is you can meet millionaires. Did you know that Team Success, as of February 24th, 2014, we have 12 millionaires on our team? Think about that for a moment. How many people do you know outside our team that make over $1 million? Some of you do have millionaires in your family, in your group of friends that have created that success through their business or what they're choosing to do as a career. That's fabulous. But you know what? It's very rare. So, you know, this is really exciting. Then, you know, just keeping that in mind, here's a great tool right here. When you press play here, and I won't do it now for sake of time, but this is Susan and Chris's story right here. Guess what? Share that with your team. Share that with people that you're getting connected with again. If they have any hesitation, you know, these are real people with real results. And of course, we're not going to hear the whole story of Susan and Chris and their family of 4, family of 6. They have 4 children. But the fact is, these are real people, and we can meet these people. I mean, my goodness, I feel so blessed to have met them more than once, and it's just incredible. They're wonderful, wonderful people. But here we go. Check out Rising Stars. If you click on this link, you're going to see all the rising stars. And what that simply means is that these people have hit 3 stars and above. So what's a 3-star? That's $100,000 a year, or a 6-figure income or more. I mean, some of these people are making multiple 6 figures right now, and that's pretty exciting. But clearly, you know, you might recognize some of these faces, some of these names, and that's a really exciting thing to have. I mean, there's people in our own team. There's Dr. Michelle and Alistair. I mean, how exciting to have them featured on here, along with other amazing rock stars and people that are willing to help us out, which is awesome. So many of these people are in Ontario, but not all of them are. But did you know also that, you know, our team, Team Success, is actually responsible for 20% of the global sales volume in Isagenix? That's pretty cool. So these are some of the things that you're going to find in this website. You're going to see some success stories. You're going to see training tips and things. So I'm going to go back to the home page. And I also want you to go, this is where we were coming to, was business growth training tips. So you're going to click there. And you're going to click on document library. There's other amazing things that you're going to find in here. Use this as your tool basket or your toolbox. But now you're going to click on 3-Star Playbook. And I'm not going to do it right now because it will download. But I have it printed. And that's something that I want everybody to take some time and print off right away. All right. The next thing I want to show you is our Facebook group. Okay. So we're going to go to Team See It When You Believe It. And if you're not in there already, that's okay. You know, this is a group that's specific to the team that I've created with you, with your help. I'm certainly not the CEO or boss of our group, but what I want to do is keep it to our team so that we can all support one another in there. And with this podcast or recorded, you know, video, this is where I'm going to be showing you where you can find all these things we're talking about in the next 90 days. So my recommendation, number 1, is definitely print that playbook. Okay. Number 2, go to this Team See It When You Believe It website Facebook group. Click on the Files section. The next thing that you must do, and this is not negotiable, if you're ready to play full out, you absolutely want to watch this 4-hour recap, okay? So you're going to click here on the 4-hour recap. There's a link here which goes to YouTube, and it is the training that was done by Mike, Tina, Michelle, and Janie. Amazing, amazing training. You will not want to miss that. And I know 4 hours for some of you, you think, oh my goodness, how can I find 4 hours? Guess what? This is a huge investment in your business. This is also the starting launch pad for everybody in your team that is going to want the business. You never judge anybody, okay? Some people want to go fast. Some people have their own pace and they want to go slower, and that's okay. It doesn't matter what pace anybody has, but you must give people access to this tool. Please don't try to recreate this tool. It is a tool there for us to use, and it is going to set people up for success. All right, now obviously that training of 4 hours is not going to teach people everything there is to know. We are going to have some support for that to help train on the skills, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. But right now, you're going there. So just as a recap, first thing you're going to do is print the playbook. And actually the playbook link is here as well if you'd like to go into our Facebook group. But I really wanted to show you ISA Team Success as well so that you actually can see how easy it is to find it and show your people where to find it as well. Just in case you might have some people that are not on Facebook. And one thing to keep in mind, Facebook is an amazing tool. I have some people that say, I'm not on Facebook, I don't want to be. Well, you know what? In order to be really connected, Facebook really truly is the place that we're having so much information put into. Support groups, specific groups on certain things, like we've got an ISA runners group, an ISA athletes, ISA mommies, we've got team groups, we've got focus groups, we've got all kinds of different groups for your needs. And the reason why we have that in place is because not any one of us can coach and support people one-on-one at all times. In fact, over this next 90-day action plan that you're going to be taking on, if you do choose to, you will not have time physically to train and support your people one-on-one right now. And that may sound scary to some of you because some of you are relying on that one-on-one time with your people, or maybe you're being mentored by someone right now. It is a lot to ask for your mentor to take, you know, a half hour to an hour of time when really we need to be working in groups more effectively. So that's something we're going to work with you to make it easier for you to see that, you know what, you're right, I don't need that one-on-one time. And I'm going to show you a few ways we're going to get through that, okay? This is all something we're going to do together. The next thing I want to show you is called the New Associate Checklist. And this is something that I'm so grateful to, you know, a man named Robin Chadwick. He actually created this for us and shared this with us, and I just absolutely love it. What my vision for this is, and you may see it as well, is you have a binder. And that binder, the only thing you have in it are tabs that go from 1 to 31. You can get those at Staples or any other office supply store. And the reason 1 to 31 comes to mind is that, you know, our biggest month has 31 days in it. And what you want to use this binder for is all your new contact information. So, because this is a prospect and associate checklist, you're going to write their name, phone number, email, a little bit about themselves, maybe where you met them, anything like that. You're going to put the date that you contacted them, the type of contact, so if it was an email, a phone call, meeting in person, whatever it was, write your details. You can see there's not a lot of information space, right? But you could use the back of the page. What's cool about this is that in order for, number one, business to actually be considered business in Canada Revenue Agency's eyes, we need to have paper, not just online stuff to show, you know, your calendar and things like that. If you ever get audited, it's my understanding that you actually need to have paper to show them that you've actually done some work. So this is going to keep you organized and allow you to write down the date of every contact you've had with this person and the type of contact and the details. So maybe it's that they're giving you some objections, or maybe you got them on a 3-way call with someone to talk about the products or whatever it is that you've done. You're going to write that all on here. Now keep in mind, it's on average going to take you at least 7 times. Sometimes it's sooner, but 7 contacts with a person before they say yes. Some people ask me, when should I stop contacting someone? Well, guess what? Unless they say flat out no, they're not interested, then you stop. You never stop contacting them. Are you going to call them every day? Probably not. But sometimes you're chasing them in the sense of you're getting their voicemail all the time. And to alleviate that, you never want to feel like you're pressuring someone or bugging them. You could simply say, as promised, because you're always setting appointments, guys. You want to set the appointment to call them. As promised, I'm calling you at 4:00 p.m. on Tuesday. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you. Maybe you're tied up right now. I completely understand. I will try you again at 8 o'clock tonight. And if you have any questions or this time will not work for you, please let me know and give your phone number. Maybe you call them again at 8 o'clock tonight. As promised, I've called at 8. I know we haven't connected yet to verify that this time would work for you. I'm sorry it didn't work. But what I'll do is if I don't hear from you within the next 48 hours, I'll call you on Thursday. Okay? I never want to bother you. I'm just here to educate you and support you in any decisions that you have, or if you have questions. I mean, you just want to really be open with people to say, I'm not bugging you, I just want to be, there to support you and not forget about you. Because sometimes people truly just are really busy and they are not thinking at the forefront of their mind about Isagenix, even though we might be. Don't take it personal. It took Susan Sly 21 times to say yes. So keep in mind, if her sponsor quit at 5 times, Susan wouldn't be our leader. And I'm so grateful that her sponsor was so on top of her to say, hey, it might not have been a good time, but hey, I'm calling again. How are you doing? Would you be open to taking a look now? No. Okay, thanks. Can I call you again in a few months? Of course. I don't know how many months it took, but 21 contacts is what it did take. So don't get too bent out of shape about that. Once they get started, though, here's the cool thing. You're going to write down their order date, their order, what they had the first time, their auto ship date, and then you want to have another binder. So you're going to take it out of your binder that has 1 to 31, and you may actually put it in a binder that has A through Z so that you can file it under their name. And the really cool thing, and you may actually keep it in a binder for 1 to 31 and just keep moving it forward, because you want to be connecting with your new person on a fairly consistent basis for the first little while. And the cool thing is that playbook that I told you to download and print and have by your side, it has everything here that we're going to follow. So you want to ask them the magic question. If you don't know what that is yet, you're going to look in the playbook. I'm not training on that right now. You plus 2, them plus 2. You're going to go through this and check these things off. So there's nothing that you go, maybe a month later, oh, did I tell them about that? I don't remember if I did. So I don't want to tell them a second time, so I'll just think that I did. And this is what, we do this. I've done this. I will admit that I've done this, where I don't want to tell them the same thing twice, so I'll just forget about it. And that's not how we set people up for success. This is an awesome chart. I'm so grateful to Robin for this. So again, we've got training. If someone's wanting to do the business, there's great things, great resources to plug them into, great things to get covered with them, okay? So again, that's all in our Team See It When You Believe It page. I'm going to go back here to the file section, because the next thing I want you to do is let's see. Well, take a look in here. I mean, there's some amazing things that you want to definitely look at. Some great calls, things like that. I mean, that stuff, a lot of it is in our playbook, so I won't go over that right now. But some of the things that we have planned over the next while, if you are ready to just take this on and go for it, like I said, number 1, download your playbook. Number 2, go to IsaTeam Success for sure and take a look through those resources. You don't want to keep getting prepared to get prepared to get prepared. You want to take action, okay? So action is going to require some skills-based stuff, right? Some of you are so afraid to connect with new people, and I understand that because I was there. Some days I still feel sick to my stomach when I think about it. But you know what? A lot of times when you're feeling sick about it, it's because you're feeling nervous about what people think of you. And when we do that, I know it's hard to believe this, but we're actually being really selfish. Because if it's all about us and all about how we think people think of us, we're thinking about ourselves and not thinking about the gifts that we have. And we have some incredible gifts here, not just health, not just wealth. We've got a group of people as part of a team that also helps us. It's unbelievable what we have here. And some people just don't understand the gifts that are here, but they're here. You know, some people are very lonely in their life. This is an awesome place to bring them. Oh my goodness. So anyway, you want to definitely have those team resources. There are some amazing training calls going on. I know tomorrow, if you're watching this in February 2012, or 2012, oh my goodness, 2014, you want to go to the MIT Millionaire and Training Group. Pamela Barnum is doing a MAP program, and I'll just show you here. I'm in the MIT group. Here's Pamela Barnum, how to register for an upcoming MAP, which is a massive action plan. It begins tomorrow, Tuesday. So if you want to go here right away and you want to register. I will also be hosting an MIT training session, and there's a lot of great leaders that host this on a regular basis. I will be posting the information in our Team See It When You Believe It group, so you can check in there. There's also going to be some open calls. I will be posting the times. The open calls are really meant for when you have a question about the business. I'm not going to do any product coaching at all in there. But the open group is going to be for you or any of your team members that are looking for some support and guidance. Maybe they're going through some challenging times with the business. Maybe they need some more skills-based training. Maybe they need to, you know, just have a question answered and they don't have the ability to talk to someone about it. I'm going to have 2 open calls a week, definitely, maybe more, if there's a need. They will be recorded. I'll always post the recordings as well, just so that any questions that do come up, chances are they're going to come up for other people, and you want the answers to share. So that will be another thing that I'm providing. I'm also going to be doing some live training, which will start this week, with some skills-based stuff. And I love this because when it comes right down to it, sometimes people learn by doing it. Yes, that's the most important thing. You have to do it to learn it. You can't just sit back and keep listening to trainings. So I'm going to be offering some times where I want you to be able to train with me on a live thing. Yes, do you feel nervous? Absolutely. Is it scary? Oh yeah, I've been put in the hot seat many times on training live sessions at Pamela and Kevin's house, doing calls with people watching me do the calls. And they were cold calls, they were real calls with people I knew, they were follow-up calls, I was getting objections, I was getting no's, I was getting yeses. I mean, everything goes in those live calls. It's the real thing. It's not just an acting session. So if you are interested in that, please get in touch with me ASAP, because I really want to do some skills-based training this week with you and give you examples of it so that you can hear when the objections happen. How does someone deal with that? And it's not a comfortable feeling, but you know what? The more practice, the better we get. So I really encourage you to keep practicing. I'll also be doing some skills-based training on 3-way calls, as well as your why, your vision. I mean, we have to keep practicing that stuff. 30-second story. It's so important. If you don't have a 30-second story, how can you talk about Isagenix with anybody? You need to know what it's done for you in 30 seconds or less. People don't have a lot of time to listen. And as I say that, this is getting long, so I really want to stop now so that you can get into some action. There are some things that I asked for you to do today. So number 1, go and download that playbook. Number 2, go to the 4-hour recap. If it seems too long for you to invest in that time, and I don't care if you've seen the same stuff over and over and over again, I have personally watched it once, and I plan to watch it again. And I could teach that stuff off the back of my hand right now. But the thing is, the more we hear it, the better it will get, the easier it will get. And you have to come at it from a new perspective, knowing that I am a student, but I'm also a leader. So if you're feeling like you've heard it over and over again, listen to it one more time, and the whole 4 hours. I'm not saying skip through any of it. You must listen to the whole 4 hours. I personally don't feel that anyone is serious in this if they're not willing to take 4 hours out of their time right now, this week. Get it done as soon as you can, because it puts you into action right away, and go to it. All right, and the very last thing is get involved. Get involved in the calls, the training, any support that you need. Of course, please don't ask for one-on-one support with anybody. You can't do it personally. I would not be setting you up for success in this business if I said you had to coach and train and be on the phone with people at all hours of the day and night. Personally, one-on-one, it's not possible. It will burn you out and you will quit this business. I keep saying job and it's not. You will quit this business before you even get started. You will not attract people into your business if you're taking an hour with people every day or even every week. It's just not possible. So if people ask even for my time right now, I have to say I'm sorry I can't, but there is an open call available if you want. And you can put your people into that open call forum as well. Together, we can create leverage. We can do this in the pockets of our time, quite literally. I have to. I've got 3 kids. Pockets of my time. Consistent daily action, guys. This is so key. You must take time every single day to touch your business. Sometimes that looks like 15 minutes of connecting with one person. It might be 15 minutes. Some days it may be 2 hours because you have the time to spend 2 hours. Be productive with your time though. And if you're saying, what do I do with that time? Then you haven't downloaded the playbook and you haven't watched the 4-hour training. So please, you are the CEO of your business. I am not your boss. I am not your CEO. I am my own CEO. I am doing the things that I've been told are going to help me get successful. And it's proven. It's a fact. Get back to the basics. Stop overcomplicating things by creating these pretty things and these amazing websites. I'm guilty of that too. So I am actually going to put a stop to some of that right now and focus back in on the very basic things. Today, as far as I'm concerned, I'm an associate just starting my business. And by thinking of it that way, that's where we can attract the most amazing people. We do the basic things every day. I am not manager of you or what you're doing, nor are you a manager to any one of your team members. You are simply an associate starting fresh today. So with that, guys, I am really excited. If there's anything that you have questions about, please hold them for the open call forums, and I will be posting all of that information in our Team See It When You Believe It Facebook group. As well, please make sure that you're using that group for questions that you have about this 90-day action, all right? And I am looking so forward to working alongside you, linking arms with you and your team. You are going to literally rock this in so many ways you don't even realize what's happening. So with that, guys, get really excited and start planning your 90-day success plan so that in 90 days you can celebrate and really embrace this new way of life because you deserve to live the life of your dreams. All right, with that, guys, I'm going to see how I can get back and stop the recording. Thanks again. And I look forward to working with you. So have a great night. Have a great wherever you are in the world. We are here together to support one another in a group setting, and I am very excited. Take care, guys.